Good evening. Our today's topic is acute pericarditis. Before starting the topic, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Shahzana. I have done BSN from Aga Khan University. Currently, I am working as a registered nurse and research fellow in the Aga Khan University. I cleared my NCLEX in 2025 from New York. So now we will start our today's topic, that is acute pericarditis. So before moving forward, we will discuss first we discuss the learning objectives, that what we will learn in today's class. So first we will discuss about the pathophysiology, that what is acute pericarditis, and what is the pathophysiology, how it will occur, what are the main causes of acute pericarditis. Then we will see the what are the clinical recognition sign and symptoms of acute pericarditis, that are the most important sign for the nurse to identify. The third objective that we will cover in this class is therapeutic intervention, that nurse need to know, okay, what are the priority drug regimen the nurse will administer to the patient who is diagnosed with acute pericarditis. And in the last, we will see the what are the life-threatening emergencies, or you can say that life-threatening complication of acute pericarditis. Before moving towards the session, just remember one key point, and you can say it's NCLEX tip or exam strategy. The NCLEX test your clinical prioritization. So, what is the clinical prioritization for the patient with acute pericarditis? Your focus should be the sign and symptoms. If patient is saying to you, my pain is relieved, so then what is the important action for the nurse with a patient of acute pericarditis is the nurse has to rush to the doctor, because when patient says my pain is relieved, it's more critical sign for the patient that patient is developing the complication of acute pericarditis, that we will cover in this topic. The second strategy for the NCLEX is don't mix acute pericarditis with MI or ischemia, because the sign and symptoms are similar, and NCLEX will try to trick you here by giving the both treatment options in this scenario. So here the nurse has to identify what is the treatment for acute pericarditis and distinguish between ischemic treatment and acute pericarditis treatment. So we will begin with our session. Now, what is the pathophysiology of acute pericarditis? As we all know the anatomy of the heart, the pericardium is double-walled fluid-filled protective sac surrounding the myocardium. But when something happen with our pericardium, like when it get injured or when it get infected, this layer, this pericardium become inflamed and rub together. And this causing the executing friction between systolic and diastolic blood pressures. So when acute pericarditis has been occurred, the nurse has to make sure that patient is not going into its complication, because this is there is very limiting time in which patient can develop the complication of acute pericarditis. Okay, now what are the causes of acute pericarditis? The the patient come with acute pericarditis is viral infection. Here the virus is virus. The second is post MI injury, and any autoimmune reaction occurring in the until 8 week post myocardial infection. Post myocardial infarction. So this it can be due to post MI injury. It occur due to any viral infection. It occur due to any bacterial, or sometimes it occur due to uremic overload. Means when patient has end stage renal disease, there is an excessive burn, excessive creatinine. So it can also create, it can also irritate the pericardial lining. So NCLEX strategy is, if an exam scenario present a patient with severe renal failure and sudden chest pain, then you have to recognize it with uremic pericarditis. Don't misdirect with normal cardiac option. Okay, because what are the main sign and symptoms is severe kidney failure and sudden chest pain with friction rub. So here is an important point is friction rub. Okay, now what are the main sign that a nurse should know for preparing the NCLEX or for preparing anything? The what are the main signs that none recognize that patient has developing acute pericarditis is positioning, sudden sharp chest pain that mimic to MI. As I previously told in this lecture that the NCLEX try to trick you here with ischemic heart disease and with acute pericarditis because both signs and symptoms are similar. So if patient said sharp chest pain, that and the nurse is thinking about it, it may be with MI, but what is the important NCLEX trick here? This pain is settled when patient is sitting lean forward. You got it, my point? The pain is relieved by sitting up and lean forward. Okay? But MI pain is not relieved by sitting up and lean forward. So this is the important trick here. The second most important sign is friction drop. When the nurse is heard from the stethoscope, the sound, heart sound, the main sound that a nurse can recognize is friction drop, a scratchy, high-pitched grunting noise caused by inflamed pericardial membrane rubbing together. And best hear this sound and at the point of uh, air point. Air point pe you can air point in at air point you can hear the sound of friction drop. The third most important sign of acute pericarditis is ECG lead. You can see in all 12 lead ECG, there is an ST elevation in all 12 lead ECG. So that this is then three important sign that nurse can recognize that patient is going to acute pericarditis. Okay, now what are the main nursing intervention? First thing is positioning. Here, the main focus of the nurse is positioning because nurse has to settle down the patient and relieve the pain temporarily. So nurse will assist the patient to sit in high forward, leaning forward over bed table. So the change in movement, this physical change drop the diaphragm and heart forward, removing the direct pressure of the inflamed set. Just you got it my point that when patients sit in through leaning forward, like a patient said in this condition, lean forward, a high forward position with lean forward, the pain will be relieved. Why? Because the direct pressure of the inflamed sac is relieved. The main important pharmacological treatment of acute pericarditis is we give the aggressive treatment to the patient. So administer at NSAID with inflammatory drug. So administer the high doses of NSAID like brufen, indomethacin, colchicine to break the inflammatory process. So here we have to deal with give patients. Sometimes we give two anti-inflammatory drug with NSAID. As I told you, we will deal with aggressive treatment to deal with acute pericarditis. The third thing that nurse need to remember is contraindicated drug. Avoid giving anticoagulant like heparin, morphine because any bleeding into pericardial sac can trigger rapid cardiac tamponade. Just remember this point and let's will try to trick you here. But remember, never ever give anticoagulant drug when patient has these symptoms because patient can eventually goes into its complication that is cardiac tamponade. Okay, as I previously told one thing, and this is the second time I discuss this point that NCLEX exam note, nitroglycerin does not relieve pericardial pain. Okay, so if pain is unrelieved by nitroglycerin but relieved when sitting up, it confirms the diagnosis that patient has acute pericarditis. Okay, so NCLEX will try to trick you here with ischemic treatment and acute pericarditis treatment. Now, what is the critical complication that patient can develop due to acute pericarditis? It's as we already discussed this point, the main complication of acute pericarditis is cardiac tamponade. The cardiac tamponade, remember this point, it's an emergency condition in which the doctor, the healthcare professional performed emergency cardiocentesis at the bedside table because this is an emergency condition, okay, in which fluid continue to accumulate inside the pericardial space rapidly. It create a mechanical restriction on the heart muscle. The ventricle become compressed and unable to fill with the blood. So this is an emergency condition in which if it's not deal on the time, the patient can get collapse, acute collapse of cardiac output, and patient might goes into shock or anything happen. So here nurse has to recognize the sign and early intervention. The intervention, as I discussed, of cardiac tamponade is emergency cardiocentesis, needle insertion to aspirate extra fluid. And this is an treatment that the healthcare professional and will deal on the bedside table. Okay. Now, what are the important signs of cardiac tamponade that nurse need to remember? And this is the very higher topic in the NCLEX. The main and important sign of cardiac tamponade is big vein, big neck vein. Its jugular vein get distracted. Okay, jugular vein can get distended. Okay, the nurse can easily see the jugular vein distension. The second most important sign is extreme low BP, extreme hypotension. So the two important sign and the third sign that nurse can identify is muffled sound. The muffled sound is the sound that the nurse can hear in the patient with cardiac tamponade. Uh, Here is also watch for pulse paradox. It means systolic BP drop more than 10 mmHg on inhalation. So this is the main sign that nurse can recognize and sudden drop in the blood pressure with jugular vein distension and muffled sound. These three signs are the key sign for the cardiac tamponade. I think this session clear you most of the important thing, and we will discuss the portion if you have in the end of the session. So here is the NCLEX challenge, and just don't see the option and answer me without seeing any option. A client diagnosed with acute pericarditis reports sharp substernal chest pain that radiates to the left shoulder. Which action is the highest priority for the nurse? Just remember, patient diagnosed with acute pericarditis. Report sharp sternal chest pain that radiate to the left shoulder. So what is the main highest priority nursing action? As we already discussed in the session, assess the client into high Fowler position, leaning forward over the bedside table. Okay, and just see, here is also mentioned prescribe sublingual nitroglycerin that we already discussed. This is ischemic MI treatment. We do not give nitroglycerin treatment with the patient who has who has pericarditis. The second question is, first answer the question without seeing any option. The nurse auscultate distant, muffled heart sound, observe jugular vein distension, and record a blood pressure of 84 by 54 in a client with acute pericarditis. Which medical intervention should the nurse anticipate first? So here is the complication. Now patient is developed the complication of acute pericarditis, that is cardiac tamponade. And the main three sign of cardiac tamponade is jugular vein distension. The nurse can see muffled heart sound that nurse can auscultate through the stethoscope, and sudden drop in the blood pressure, that is 84 by 52, severe hypotension. So the what nurse anticipate the first, that patient is developing cardiac tamponade. And what will be the treatment of cardiac tamponade? Ultrasound guided pericardiocentesis. And this is then emergency treatment, emergency intervention that healthcare professional perform for the save the patient life, as patient might go into the shock or to severe MI. Okay. So here we can conclude this session, and these are the references. So if you have any query or any question, you can just ask, or anything you do not understand, just let me know so we will discuss. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.